Good afternoon, happy Tuesday, and welcome back to the Ludicrous Report. TLR. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's going on, Issa? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Joey?
I am. I'm good. I'm good. I'm great. Like was the Frosted Flakes guy? Is that Frosted Flakes?
I think so. I don't know. I
The
always watch the
flavor?
Frosted Flakes commercial. I watched them in Spanish growing up. So he would say, "Son ricos." That's what I know him as.
We were talking off the air, and I have like a thought that just came to me.
Ooh.
I commented on Lucha Libre Online's post because they posted something for me. They tagged me in it, and then I said, "Thank you for sharing," but I posted it in Spanish. Out of
Ooh, good
respect.
job. Good job.
So I
Lucha
want to
Libre
learn.
Online.
I
I
want to
know those
learn.
people over there.
Yeah, I
Bunch
want
of
to. I want
scumbags
to learn
work
my
there.
Spanish more. I mean,
Bunch
granted,
of
I use Google
scumbags
Translate.
work there. Like,
Google
no,
Translate.
do not trust the people that work at Lucha Libre Online.
Yeah, I heard this one girl, Issa. She's
The
just
worst.
like I don't know. She's
The
one of the
worst.
best out there.
Thank you, thank you. But I'm proud of your Spanish. Keep practicing. You gotta
I'm
come visit me
practicing.
in Puerto Rico. You gotta hear bilingual.
Yes, you, me, and Logan Paul will get some coffee. But we have a plethora of topics today that seem a
Yeah, we
little fun.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some Britney stuff going on. I don't know if you saw that stuff. She's coming off a little threatening. Did you get that vibe?
Britney can do whatever she wants. If she
I
wants to
know.
threaten people, she can get away with it.
Yeah, Russell Brand. We're talking about stuff
I
going on.
didn't know that T. I opened that article and I'm like, oh my
Isn't
God.
that crazy? And
Yeah.
Rihanna and ASAP Rocky doing the thing. And there's some cool stuff about Katy Perry going on. I
Hmm.
figured there'd be interesting topics to talk about because it goes along the lines of, uh, social media and business and celebrities and basically kind of the stuff that we do. So I think it'll be some good tea to sip on during this show. But yeah, I'm just always so happy to do this show with you once a week,
Me
every
too.
Tuesday, and we get to just vibe and with this wonderful chat. I see a bunch of people in the chat that we always get to talk with. I see Mike in the chat, uh, Demon in the chat. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Everybody in the chat. Greetings to everybody. We're here to talk some pop culture on this lovely Tuesday. I need some rain in Puerto Rico though. This heat wave is killing me.
yeah. Over here, I told you yesterday it was all rain. It was chilly. It was dark. Today is warmer. So it's the day starts like 60 degrees. So I start my day in a hoodie. And then by the afternoon, it's
New
75.
York weather. New York weather. I remember all the memes where it was like you can go from all of these outfit like selections and it looked like fall, spring, summer,
Yep.
winter in one day.
Yeah. It's literally insane. It's kind of like you have to like pack clothes with you if you go out because you're dressing like for warmth, and then all of a sudden you're sweating, and it's like I need to have like nothing on.
I always had a bag with different outfits in my office when I worked in the city
Yeah.
because I felt like if I didn't have that, if we wanted to do something after work, the weather will be completely different and I will have to run home to change. And once the thing about New York is like once you step into your apartment, you're not going back out. You're
No.
not. You're
No.
not. So
No.
it's like if I don't have this outfit change ready to go in my office that I don't have to go home, you're just not gonna see me again. You will tell you. This is fun fact about New York. We'll tell you we'll be there. We're not going back out.
I live in a 5-story walk up,
Oof.
and I'm on the 5th floor. The
Then you're getting
my
that
my my,
exercise.
my super calls it the penthouse level.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just to charge you more.
Exactly. But I mean, once I go up,
You're not going back down.
I go back down unless it's for a good cup of coffee or I don't
So
know.
I'm currently on a second story, and it's a walk up as well. But when I got this apartment, you know how long I was searching. But I
Yeah.
love that this one has like two gates. So I was like, I feel very secure. I live alone.
Yeah.
You know how it is. So you look for
Of
that
course.
extra safety. But I also realized that they don't have the technology of me let you in from inside. So I'm like, don't visit me because I don't feel like going down just
Yeah.
to let somebody in.
I have the I think we talked about this before. I have like the buzzer on the wall, like that.
The old school.
I can hear people downstairs, like
Yeah.
from Friends or something like that, like one of those old New York
Like,
buildings.
that's a classic. That's a classic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I know what you mean, because I'm like, yeah, don't come over and visit me unless you come as I'm walking in, because I don't feel like going back down.
Yeah. I used to have, when I lived in Florida, I used to have in this high tech building, and I get the thing on my phone.
Oh, I had that in
Press the button, lets them in, opens the gate.
my apartment building in Weehawken was that way. I would see them in the camera too, to see who I was letting in. Like, I had a notification, I could open the door from my phone. I could do everything from my phone. It was fancy. I pay for fancy too.
People move to the city and they think like, oh, we're gonna have all this great stuff, but you can forget about having laundry in your apartment.
I had laundry. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you the rent price. I will tell you that it is the complex that's right across the street from Chart House.
I know, but yeah.
So that should already tell you the price point, because we had the best view. I don't care. We had the best view of the city. It was a freaking unobstructed, right? And so that right there, just being on the waterfront and having unobstructed view, they could charge whatever they wanted. Yeah. But then they made it luxury. We had 3 gyms, we had 2, and they kept adding all these things. And you're like, this is fantastic. Until every time they will review your rent, it will keep going up, and it will keep going. And I was like, stop adding things, like, chill.
I don't know. Speaking of adding things, let's jump into our first topic, because Rihanna has now added another kid to the roster.
Beautiful transition.
I try.
That was good.
Baby boy, new name, finally released. Riot Rose, right? It's a boy or girl? I don't even know. I thought it was a boy. Is it a boy? Yeah, son. Okay.
It is a son. Yeah, 1-month-old baby.
Riot Rose, and their other. Wait, it says the musical power couple who just welcomed their latest son, Riot Rose, in August, with both one new month-old and their other kiddo, RZA. RZA.
Yeah. Is that how you pronounce it? RZA? I don't know.
I would assume.
Yeah, I like the name Riot. I don't know about Rose, but I like the name Riot.
Yeah, we live in a day and age now where these new style names are coming up, and it's like, it's not traditional. It's not like really anything we ever heard before. I know one of my best friends, him and his wife are having a baby in November. She's due.
Congratulations to them.
Right? And they are having a boy, and they already know the name. And the name that they picked, I've already heard this year alone 3 other people with that name. What
is it?
Maverick.
Oh, I love that name. But yeah, it's very popular right now.
It's a very popular name. And
replace Phoenix. Remember when we went through the stage where everybody was naming their kid boy or girl Phoenix? Yep. I feel like now Maverick replaced the Phoenix. I feel like names are trendy, I feel like there's a group, you can tell somebody's age frame by their name, especially when they go by one of those popular names. You're like, oh yeah, you were around this time, right? Yeah. And I feel like at some point the basic names will come back, because now people are going to these extravagant names that it would eventually come back to just your regular Brads or Joes, or what I mean? Like, it just seems so basic right now. But baby names, especially celebrities are going all out with this thing. Even announcing the gender is one thing, but now announcing the name seems to be another big thing, where it's just like, what are we doing here?
It's the woke people trying to be they're trying to be trendsetters with these names.
You want to hear something funny? When my mom, I have just one sister, it's just me and my sister, right? And since we're talking about names, my mom wanted to get not creative with our names, but my mom hates when people give people nicknames because they have long names, right? So they shorten them or give them a nickname. So my mom decided to name us all both 3-letter names. My sister's name is Liz and I'm Isa. But she cursed us with the fact that now we always get, is it short for Elizabeth? Is it short for Isabel? And I'm like, it doesn't freaking matter what she named us. People are like, she tried to make it easy. That's why I respect the RZA. But now people still assume that it's a short for something. And I'm like, no, it's just Isa.
Yeah. So my legal name is not actually Joey.
Ooh, what's your government name?
It's Joseph.
Okay, I figure.
Normally people would think that. Mm-hmm. The newer generation, right? when I tell people my name, and we get into this conversation, they think that my legal name is Joey because people do that. Joey is a nickname for Joseph, just like Joe or whatever. But Joseph is a more traditional name. Yeah. But there are people who just legally they're Joey.
Yeah, they're Joey.
Yeah.
I seen that. Same with like what I just told you with my sister and me, with Isa and Liz. These are shortened versions of these longer names that people have picked up as shortened or nicknames, but that is my actual legal name. But I just always found it funny because my mom did it with the purpose of people not giving us nicknames, and now they think that our name itself is a nickname. But yeah, I mean, Riot Rose, Rihanna's first baby, they had a little photo shoot. I will add, I think this baby is a month old. I think she looks great. I think she looks incredible. But we saw her recently do that photo shoot pregnant, and I thought she had a great pregnancy. Like the entire time she looked great. Yeah. And I don't know, they look like such a cute little family, and they're, I don't know, but when we talk about them, seem to be positive news. Like they're really staying out of the, they feel private. Like I don't know everything about them. And that's probably one of the reasons why I love them and find them fascinating, because it's freaking Rihanna we're talking about here. Yeah. And somehow she has managed to keep her family side, relationship side very private. But every time I see them together, they seem to be doing fine. So shout out to them for that.
You know what really bothers me sometimes is when we see celebrity couples like this, right? Mm-hmm. At least for me, my immediate reaction is, oh, that probably won't last. Because, and I know that sounds bad, but a lot of the time, celebrity couples like this, they're messy.
Yeah.
Like celebrities have not given relationships like a good reputation. Mm-hmm. And obviously there's things that go into, you know, that's it obviously it's hard to have a relationship. Like, look, Kim Kardashian, like, do you think she'll ever really have a normal relationship, a normal marriage?
I have a counterpoint.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just thinking too much on my own life. But it's like, have you ever stopped and think, I don't know how long you've been single, but have you ever stopped and think about your normal life too, and how many serious relationships you might have gone through that have fallen apart? I feel like regular people also break up and get divorces as often as celebrities. We're just not out there in the public eye. But I think that this isn't the thing. Obviously, celebrities putting it out there, and you're really like, yeah, that's not gonna last. Like a Kardashian, right? Like I recently been seeing all of these really cute pictures of Bad Bunny and Kendall, and it's like, well, this thing is getting really serious. And I actually find them a cute couple. You always see them doing very down to earth things. They just seem normal.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first saw it, I was the one that was like, it's probably a fling, because Bad Bunny was going through his little whatever, I'm doing whatever I want stage. And maybe he felt, I don't know, but and that's another thing. How many relationships have you started as, oh, it's just a fling, you know, and then next thing you know, it's getting serious. So I personally think that we all go through maybe the long-term one that you think, oh no, that's gonna be the person, and then that person, your best friend, comes in and be like, I just broke up, and you're like, what? But it's not a counterpoint. It's just that their lives are out there. No, Kim Kardashian will never have a normal relationship. She's Kim freaking Kardashian. Could she have a long-lasting one? I don't know. I really thought Kanye was going to be her it. I thought they were meant to be. I thought she grounded him for a little while. Kanye was as normal as he have been since he kind of, you know, when his mother passed away, Kanye got super weird and he was doing a lot of crazy things. And it felt like on the beginning, Kim really just kind of like calm him down. And now well, that didn't work out. But my whole thing is, I do feel like people, even normal people, go through the same amount of breakups. We're just not publicized out there.
Yeah. And we saw a similar thing years ago with Beyonce and Jay-Z, where these two I'm saying Sean Ross Sapp is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Being ridiculous.
But these two like power players came together, and like it took the world by storm. Like people were like Beyonce, like icon, Jay-Z icon together, and even they had issues. I don't know if they ever broke up.
Okay, how many times have the public eye divorced Beyonce and Jay-Z, and they stay strong? But Jay-Z gets beat up in elevators, and he's still. I mean, if I was married to Beyonce, I will hang on as much as I could myself. But I'm proud of them too, because if it was up to the public eye, they would have gotten like 10 divorces by now.
You remember seeing in the elevator like her sister like beating him in the elevator? The videos that came up from that?
Yeah, I wish we were doing this show. Man, we missed out on a lot of really good things we could have discussed.
Yeah. No, but it is nice to see someone like Rihanna. I've been a fan of A$AP Rocky for a long time, just his music before like him. Like I'm a fan of his music. Rihanna being Rihanna, like she is she's an icon, you know? There's artists and then there's like icons, and she's up there on that icon level. And to see her like happy, like healthy family, like good.
The more you keep your private life private, the easier it is to accomplish that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, and I feel like that's Rihanna. If you go to her social medias, you see it differently. She markets what she needs to market. She doesn't talk a lot about her private life, and that's the way that it should be. If you really want to have meaningful, or if you want to keep your secrets a secret, I don't know, but if you keep your private life private, you're most likely to, you know, succeed, in my opinion, when it comes to that stuff.
It also is really cool to see, you know, her announcing her pregnancy at the Super Bowl. This is always going to be like the Super Bowl.
Nobody's going to outdo that.
Yeah.
My favorite pregnancy announcement up to that point was Beyonce at the VMAs.
Yes.
Oh my God. Because she killed it in the performance. And she unbuttons and she just reveals the belly. And you got the camera cuts to Kanye just like shaking Jay-Z. Like you could tell not even Kanye knew. Like it was such a cute moment. That was my favorite pregnancy announcement. But Rihanna said, hold my water bottle because you can't be drinking beer at that time. At this point, I will give up on trying to do a big reveal for a pregnancy. Because nobody's gonna outdo that.
Listen, we always go back to it, but it wasn't my cup of tea, that Super Bowl halftime performance.
It was very limited, but what could she do? We don't even know how pregnant she was. Like she brought the bangers, and it's good to have that kind of like that amount of records where it's like even if you're not moving or doing all kinds of crazy dances, you have the people singing with you. We shared this. We talked about this. I love the fact that she brought some of her songs with Jay-Z and Kanye and sang them solo just to bring them because a lot of those are classics. We went to dinner in Minneapolis. As a matter of fact, sorry, I have to share the story. As a matter of fact, this would have never been a thing if I would have not taken the picture. Fun fact, the picture was taken with my phone. I'm the one who said, hey, let's get a picture real quick. Somebody tweeted it, and apparently people on Twitter had a meltdown. I wouldn't know, Joey, because I have 99% of Twitter muted, except for Bad Bunny and Roman Reigns. Everybody else on Twitter, I have muted.
You don't mute people. I don't mute people
I do.
I don't know. I got to start. I got to tell you that.
Oh, my God. Listen, here's the secret to Twitter happiness. Mute everybody. Like the things you want to see. So I only like Bad Bunny, puppies, like I only like random things like that. And oh my God, you open Twitter and all you see is just beautiful things. Here's Bad Bunny, here is this cute little puppy, and it's a great day. But apparently people on Twitter had a meltdown. I wouldn't know because all the people that were talking crap about the picture, guarantee you they're on my mute list. Never block. Never block, because if you block, they know they got to you. Right? But if you mute them, they're just screaming at a freaking void because you never see it. And that has to drive them crazy.
Yeah.
So always mute, never block. If you block, you let them win. That's my best advice.
Clip it.
I'm so petty. I'm like, I'm not gonna block you. I'm gonna let you talk to yourself for the rest of the time we're on Twitter. So I don't know. People could be talking all the crap about me right now on Twitter. I will never know. Hashtag unbothered.
That was a segment right there. We need to clip that, and that needs to be prominent on YouTube. But kind of what we were saying with Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, letting off the fireworks, telling the world that, you know, she's pregnant, and boom, Riot Rose is born. We have pictures, a name, everything's there. It's a real live baby now. She didn't do it in public, you know. It was private this time.
Oh my God, that was my favorite thing in the world. Yeah. I'm still laughing at that.
Yeah. But you know, I kind of wanted to come up with some good transitions here. So speaking of fireworks, there's someone else letting off fireworks.
2 out of 2, baby. 2 out of 2.
Because apparently she thinks people are fireworks.
No, she wants to know. I bet you. You know what? The people that were crying about the Minneapolis dinner, guarantee you they felt like a plastic bag. The most stupidest line ever written on a freaking song. Nobody ever feels like a plastic bag, ever.
You know, there's sometimes, so I have this thing. I don't think I ever did it with you, but I have this thing that sometimes I'll talk to people and I'll speak to them, but with lyrics of songs where it sounds like I'm giving advice or something.
I do it too.
So I'll be like, Issa, have you ever like felt like a plastic bag?
Yeah, I do it too, but mostly with Bad Bunny lyrics. So I definitely don't do that with you. It's with my Spanish friends.
You ever feel like a plastic bag has to be the worst phrase ever written in a song?
That one, and don't even get me started on Taylor Swift. I stay up too late. There's nothing in my brain. Like, it must be nice to not have a single struggle in your life that you can just be like I got nothing in my brain. It's like, bro, I wish, bro, because my brain is like this 24/7.
Well, that's what people
I'm
say.
telling you, I always said it, and I get all the crap from the Swifties. But Taylor Swift is music that people that never struggle can relate.
Yeah, it's a basic girl syndrome.
Yeah, I'm here relating to 50 Cent or Eminem talking about drive-bys in the hood because that's how I grew up, okay?
And she's like, I stay up too late.
Under the bed, watching for the bullets over my head, you know? And this girl's like, got nothing in my brain. Like, I will slap her. I can't. Yeah. I could never just go to a Taylor Swift.
Oh man, I love it. This whole thing needs to be clipped because this is the content right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is it right here. Yeah. So the reason why Katy Perry,
baby Ice just wrote in the chat though.
We're getting into spooky season, so Halloween is upon us. I guess it fits. Yeah, but regardless. She's in the news for doing something that I see a lot of artists and musicians doing as of late. I know Justin Bieber's done it. I know Taylor Swift did it, which is why she's re-releasing her music because clearly she didn't read the right paperwork. I don't know what happened with her, but they're selling their catalogs of their music.
She has nothing in her brain. You think she's going to make a smart business decision?
I mean, she's admitted it, so we can't even talk crap about it because she admitted it. Like, there's nothing in her brain because that's what people say. But Katy Perry has sold her catalog rights. Litmus Music, $225 million. Crazy.
I don't like that artists are doing that.
Yeah. And
the reason why, and maybe it's just because I'm such like an Aaliyah fan, and the family of Aaliyah not being able to release the music because they never had creative ownership over it. Yeah. There is a lot of catalogs that belong to other people, and if you want to do something with music that you created, like I remember, for example, when Mariah Carey got the divorce from Tommy Mottola, and they got super petty with that epic music that she created during her period of time there. I'm glad that Mariah Carey reinvented herself and gave us even more better hits after that. Yeah. But they weren't letting her use the music. As a matter of fact, here I go with my YouTube rabbit holes. But the other day, I was in a lost videos rabbit hole of music videos that came out that you can't see them, right? Yeah. And there was a couple of Mariah Carey's one from that period of her time that they wouldn't give it to her, not even for documentaries or anything, because they own it. And it's like, yeah, right now it seems like a great business decision. You are set for life. Your family is set for life with 225 million. Yep. But what happens if something happens and people get petty about releasing this music or allowing other people to use it or take advantage of it? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, and I know there's lawyers, and I guarantee you there's gotta be some smart wording. I just hope that people are watching out for themselves. Yeah. There's other people that are using it as investment. Remember, like the time that people thought that Michael Jackson was broken. He wasn't. He owned like the freaking, what was it, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones music library. He had M&M's. Like half of Sony's music libraries belonged to him. That right there, if he decided to do nothing else for the rest of his life, he was set. So I think that a lot of these companies are buying them as investments.
I look at it like this. When you have lyrics like, do you ever feel like a plastic bag? I mean, you sell that for 225 million. You know what I mean? Like,
I kissed that girl and I liked it.
yeah. Like all the crazy things that she's said and sang, you sell that shit.
What's your favorite Katy Perry song?
Me? California Girls.
California Girls, good. California Girls is good. Okay, I'll give you that. That's the one with Snoop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I think that's, I don't know. Which one is yours? Do you have one?
I liked I Kissed a Girl and I liked it. When it came out, it was so different. People, that was not okay to be said like that, and it went so viral. I also like Waking Up in Vegas just because I've woken up in Vegas in worse situations than that. So I woke up by a pool one time and a hotel that I wasn't staying at. What?
You like the music you can relate to.
Yeah. I woke up at the Caesar's Palace pool and I was not staying at the Caesar's Palace. Beat that. Waking Up in Vegas can be depending on the night. That's all.
That's why I love you, Issa.
There's a picture of me somewhere in my Facebook of me waking up by that pool. Well, not waking up. They left me there. My friends left me there, took my picture, and left.
Yeah. I love, this is the second time I've seen a comment like this on Baby Ice. Firework also gets my hips moving. I don't know. I've seen.
You move your hips to Firework, Baby Ice?
I don't know.
Those hips don't lie.
Well, if we're talking Shakira, then, you know.
Shakira just killed it at the VMAs.
Oh, man. Gee.
See, the thing of it is I'm a dark-haired Spanish era Shakira fan. Before the world knew her, we had our Pies Descalzo, Donde Están los Ladrones, Shakira. That was the Shakira. Her lyrics were insane. Then and I like her English music, don't get me wrong. I like the blonde era. But it's almost like Ricky Martin, too. The Ricky Martin before, La Vida Loca, oh my God, the Spanish songs were crazy. So I like the old school, but I'm very proud when Shakira just did that performance. She's incredible. Good for her. She deserves everything.
Yeah, Video Vanguard Award at the VMAs. I just thought it'd be a cool topic to talk about. Katy Perry selling her catalog. A lot of people are doing it. I didn't know how I felt about it when I first started seeing that happen. Because like with Taylor Swift, hers was sold to Scooter Braun. And then I don't know what happened. I think it was like someone of her, she didn't she didn't know, or I don't know, some crazy stuff happened with Taylor Swift. And that's why she's re-recording her music.
The report that you said has a lot of other albums that have been recently sold, like Future. I didn't know that Future sold his. Dr. Dre, that was valued at $2. How is Dr. Dre's music worth less than Katy Perry? I'm done with this. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Katy Perry had we talked about it before, but she's one of the only artists ever to have like some platinum gold records. Like there's only like one or two people that have done it. Which I didn't think she was that popular, but I guess.
Have you ever fallen down the rabbit hole that Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey? You remember John Benet Ramsey from like The Two Crime? Have you ever fallen down that rabbit hole?
I have never, and now you just intrigued me.
Listen, the internet will say anything, and people like me will watch it on YouTube. I don't believe it, but I watched the video.
I don't know. But another topic that we have to talk about today, Russell Brand. I didn't know what was really going on with him, but he's in some deep hot water.
He's probably the plastic bag Katy Perry was talking about. They were married.
Maybe he used the plastic bag. Who knows?
Listen, I have no idea about any of this, but the report that you sent me, the headline says, Russell Brand can't cash in on YouTube amid R-word claims. You cannot use the R-word on YouTube. YouTube does not like it. Fun fact, you'll get demonetized. But I didn't even know he had a YouTube channel.
I didn't know either.
I'm looking it up. I need to know where it is.
Yeah. But yeah, there are claims going out there right now of that. And he's in hot water all over social media.
He has Oh my God. Okay, now, oh, there goes my rabbit hole after this. He has 6.6 million subscribers on YouTube. Looks like 5 days ago he posted a video. He was at 286,000 views. The one before that, 683.
Yeah.
And he's been doing lives. So you think that he's probably making, well, was making bank
Yeah.
out of YouTube. I never follow him, so I didn't know he was this popular on YouTube.
Yeah.
And 3 days ago, which I'll probably watch, he has 1.7 million views. He posted a video that says, "So this is happening," and he has that normal YouTube apology, thumbnail, the one.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can give the chat the details, but he seems that he has a very popular YouTube channel.
Yeah, and YouTube suspended him from making money off of his videos, which is he won't be able to cash in on the ads that play before and during the videos, lives, different things like that. So basically, he's just posting to post.
Well, it is part of the YouTube content creator rules. Like, believe it or not, we have rules, and he has to keep posting because, well, I don't know, this is all alleged, right? But if he gets found innocent, he can come back to YouTube and get paid for that period of time.
Yeah.
I personally think that when this happens and people stop posting, you're guilty.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows that if you can come back to YouTube and say, hey, all the allegations have been squared off, I'm not guilty of anything, YouTube will pay you back for that period of time that they didn't monetize you, right? Yeah. So I don't blame him for still be posting, but there's a lot of normal, like regular famous YouTubers. When the controversy with the apocalypse went down with PewDiePie, they demonetized him, and he was the biggest YouTuber ever at the time. They had demonetized Shane Dawson. They had demonetized all kinds of creators, and they have gotten their channels back monetized. It's just during the period of investigation. It's just normal. It's almost like when somebody from the government, they send them on like an admin leave when they're going through an investigation. YouTube has to do the same thing.
Well, it also says here that he has multiple accounts. He has the one that you looked at. There's one, Awakening with Russell, Football is Nice, and Stay Free with Russell Brand. So he's got other pages.
The other ones are not as popular. Awakening has 426,000, but Football is Nice has 20,000 followers. Stay Free with Russell, 22,000. So it looks like the main one, Russell Brand, is the one that's gonna hurt him.
Got it. Yeah, but I mean, you know as well as I do, there is big career growth financially with YouTube, and for his platform to be demonetized, that's a gut punch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of people want, and I'm assuming based on the numbers that this channel is doing and the fact that I haven't really seen him do anything recently. Now, I apologize. I'm not a big Russell Brand person, so I'm not sure if he's been doing anything like stand-up or anything. But based on these numbers and the work that has seemed to have gone into this channel, that might be what he's doing for a living right now.
Well, it says in the article,
that's the goal. Like, nobody starts YouTube just to tell. Like, the goal is to live off of your YouTube, but you have to put a lot of hard work into it. So it's gotta suck to get demonetized. But the allegations are not light allegations either.
No, and there's multiple. It's not one.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting in the article, it labels him as a comedian turned influencer. So I think that's what he is doing full time.
Yeah. So if you look at the report here, because I wasn't familiar with the allegations, he's saying the TMZ report is saying that the video that I just told you, that this is happening video, he is claiming that all of these encounters have been consensual.
Yes.
So if that's the case, it's probably what I told you. Like, he's gonna try to prove his innocence, so he's gonna keep posting to go back and get that.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Correct.
Or no, guilty until proven innocent.
No, it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but I feel like in today's generation, especially with celebrities and other people, is guilty until proven innocent. Exactly. Like, people just automatically assume. But he also, like, I was watching, like, he was kind of creepy. He made, in the past, back when people got away with really creepy jokes, he made some of those. We're talking about some of the really bad comments that Ashton Kutcher made in the past. Russell Brand was one making a lot of creepy comments, especially back when he hosted the VMAs. It did not age well.
Speaking of Ashton Kutcher, amongst other topics, he recently just stepped down from chairman of his foundation because of what happened with Danny Masterson. Crazy stuff. It's crazy the power of
cancel culture.
Social media, I would say.
The problem is that, and we discussed it last week for you guys watching us, the whole letters that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis sent. And I don't know that anybody will know what to do unless you're put in the situation. If somebody that you're close to, friends, consider family, gets in trouble, do you show support? Do you walk away? I do feel like as a public figure, you do have the right that no matter who it is, you can say, I can't do this because of my image. You know, and what he did was messed up. But I'm saying maybe Ashton Kutcher low-key was like, I'm cool with what you did. But you don't say it in a letter that's going to go public. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, you should have walked away immediately because these accusations were very serious. But even if you decided, I'm going to support him because he's my friend, you don't send in a letter.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's more of the power of being a celebrity. I think people just lose sight of, you know, at the end of the day, everyone's human. And just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean that you get leeway in these type of situations.
Yeah, it's crazy what Jared just brought up. The Topher Grace is the only person that's not involved in any controversy. And it's because he was apparently the only decent one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's not laughing matter, but he is. There was a report that he refused to, when they were all making out with Mila Kunis, when she was 14, 15 years old, he refused to put that in the story, in the show. He didn't want to kiss her because she was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, it's all insane. It's even creepier that she's married to him now.
Yeah, with kids.
Yeah. And they don't bathe. I'm never letting that go. I'm never letting that go. She said that. And then, you know, the excuse that she used, that she grew up poor. So they didn't shower every day. So she got used to that. And it's like, okay, so now you have all the money in the world. You're going to teach your kids to not shower every day, and you're not going to shower every day? You're rich. There's no reason for you to not shower every day. But she really does not bathe. Look it up. Look it up.
You could be the prettiest girl in the world, the prettiest person in the world, but if you don't bathe,
is that a deal breaker for you, Joey?
Hygiene is top priority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no fixing that.
No.
Yeah.
Especially like long term, you teach your kids that. Nobody wants to be the dirty kid in class.
Imagine moving in and like you don't know anything about that person. You move in and it's been like a week and you're like, are you gonna shower?
Where's your towel?
Well, are you gonna start like I would totally start leaving things in the bathroom a certain way just to see if you shower or not. When I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like be like
soap and everything like
yeah, and be like, you have not showered this whole time. Like it's crazy. Yeah. Anyways, but I actually watched a video on Ashton Kutcher. He had a really not a rough upbringing, but he went through a lot. Did you know he had a twin brother?
Yes. And
I didn't know that. That has CP and like he needed an open heart transplant, like rabbit holes everywhere. I know somebody said in the chat I fall down too many rabbit holes. My YouTube recommended has me figure out, man. Like don't put videos in there that I'm like, what is this doing here? Bam, click.
I have some tea for you. We weren't really talking about relationships, but we were talking about
not bathing.
How not bathing or bathing is like an ick for people, right?
Right, it is for me.
And I feel like you're the perfect person to have this conversation with because I had an incident really recently that I figured I would talk to you about it. But since we're all here, everybody in the chat, let's talk about it while we have some time. I'll make it short and sweet. I'm very picky. Very. Yes, we understand this. We're both picky. I'm very picky with who I would be in a relationship with. Mm-hmm. Like it is people. I'm known for that. Like like Joey, like takes him like 5 years to find one girl that he likes. Right. I met someone pretty and everything, fits most of the boxes. Checks most of the boxes.
Okay.
And then she told me that wrestling is fake.
Deal breaker.
And it's too violent.
Oh, come on. No, Joey.
Exed.
as a big X, because a lot of your life revolves around this content. And
I,
I'm not saying I don't need anybody. You don't need a person that loves wrestling. But to have a complete opposite, like, that's a red
look at the
flag.
chat. Red flag. No, she's crazy. Deal breaker. If you think that I don't know wrestling is fake,
Oh my God. You should do what I do. When somebody tries to tell me that wrestling is fake, I automatically act like that's the first time that I'm hearing it and I have a breakdown. I'm like, what do you mean it's fake? I never knew this. Like, I go into full panic. Well, you should have done that to her.
I wanted to be like, do you know about Santa Claus? Like, because I don't. Like,
Listen, yeah.
come on. I know it's fake. And technically, I want to be like, why don't you go talk to Ric Flair? Why don't you go talk to Mick Foley? Why don't you go talk to Bret Hart? Tell me if it's fake. Of course, I know it's scripted. You're muted.
If you were into something that I'm not into, I wouldn't automatically attack it. And that's like what she did wrong. The whole wrestling is fake to me is an attack on a wrestling fan. Yeah. I will go into, hey, you know what? It's not my thing. What is it that you like about it? Like enlighten me. Is there something that I don't know about wrestling that I should get into? Like, if you're interested in that person, I don't know. I know that I talk a lot, is what I do for a living. But when it comes to being interested in someone, I'm more of an observant and let them talk a lot more than what I do. And then I like take everything in that you're saying. If I'm interested and you're into something I'm not into, I'm going to try to figure out why you're into it and how I can squeeze in there without having to become a fan of that particular thing. Because I also don't want to date someone that's just like me, right? Like I'm not looking to date a diehard wrestling fan because no. But don't attack it.
Passion is sexy.
Yeah.
As you get older, you realize these things, like passion and like work ethic, and people who are just like,
oh my God, work ethic, good grammar. Oh, good grammar is a turn.
Yeah, for men or women, I think that.
But do you think I thought about the way that you spelled things back when I was 19, 20? No, I didn't care. But now it's like, oh my God, he wrote a whole paragraph with good punctuation. Oh, marry me.
I just think like saying wrestling is fake is like the most ignorant thing you can say to a wrestling fan, because like, listen, we all know, we're all in on it, guys. Spoiler, we know that it's not real fighting. But to say fake, it's almost, that's the slap in the face. You can say, I don't like it because it's scripted, or I don't like it because it's whatever. But just to flat out say wrestling is fake.
And again, if she's interested in you, I think that, or maybe she's not, I don't know, but she should have figured out a way to touch on the subject without going into that. Like, she should at least Google what is things that you don't need to say to a wrestling fan. Like, that is like, let's say that I'm into someone that's into wrestling and I don't know anything about wrestling. That's probably the first thing that I look up. Like, okay, he's into wrestling. I'm not trying to get into wrestling, but let me at least figure out what not to say. Let me, you know what I mean? Like this whole like wrestling is fake. It's just like, okay.
And I asked her, I said, have you ever watched it before? No.
Joy, where are you finding this broad? This is why I give up on dating. It makes it a lot easier.
It was like an ick. My biggest ick is ignorance.
Mine too, because we're full of knowledge. We have knowledge that's why I just told you. You have knowledge in the palm of your hands now. I would have killed when I was growing up to not have to go into an encyclopedia to look something up. I can just Google.
All the things that you and I both know today.
And it's really funny because I even like when I'm doing live streams, I love how we go off topic, but it's part of what we're talking about. But like when I'm doing a live stream, I'll crack a joke about like, who is that? But you know what? The first thing I do every stream, Google. Oh, you gave me a name of a wrestler that I don't know? Let me Google it real quick. Let me see what they accomplished. Because why sit there and be like, I don't know who that is? It's like, no, like, let me Google it. We have the world. Oh, I misbrain. We have the whole world in our hands. You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, it's so powerful. And so many people just, take it for granted. It's like, there is no reason to. You're not going to be an expert at everything. But
No.
if somebody mentions something that you don't know, you have the power to at least become basic knowledge on this one topic. And I will say the one thing that you never say to a wrestling fan is, it's fake. Like, it's just like one-on-one.
One of the biggest pieces of advice I can ever give to people is to get curious. If you don't know something, if something doesn't make sense to you, like what you said, it's all there.
How do you think
Get curious, ask questions, look it up.
How do you think I fall into these rabbit holes? I know I make fun of it. What my YouTube recommended is a mess, and it's just because all of these crazy topics that I just know because of just trying to become knowledge. Like, yeah, I like to learn something new every day. It could be useful, it could not be useful, but I feel like even though I'm introverted and not talkative, I could start a conversation with anyone, anywhere, with like half of the knowledge in my brain about really random things, like it was so funny. I was waiting the other day at the doctor's office and they were like, oh, I'm surprised the hurricane season hasn't been active. And I'm like, well, that is due to the heat dome that's currently above the Caribbean. It's making the hurricanes curve to the right. And everybody was like, according to the meteorologist? Yeah, I'm like, no, I've been doing my research. Thank you very much. Like, the most random crap because you just be curious.
I love that though. I think that is like, I don't know. I love that.
Everybody in the waiting room just turned around as I'm like schooling everybody why hurricanes have not come near us. And everybody's like, oh, so it's a good thing that we have the heat wave. I'm like, it's a great thing that we have a heat wave. It sucks, but it's a great thing that apparently. Fun fact, guys, it's a dome. There's a dome. It's getting smaller now, but there's a dome above the Caribbean right now. And it's like a heat dome. And it's making the hurricanes go like this. So that's why you see Lee, you see Margot, all of them did this. And it's because of the heat dome. You know how I learned that? Watching the same dude on YouTube, Mr. Weatherman. Because I will say, I have gotten the majority of my news, everything, using social, using YouTube. I don't turn my TV on. I pay for cable. I don't turn my TV on.
My cable for watching Raw and SmackDown and NXT.
Yeah, you have a world of knowledge in your hands. How you use it, it's up to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like we live in a world today where everything is so fast paced and at the tips of our fingers. And like if you don't know how to write in script, right? You didn't learn it in school. You can go on the internet and learn it in a couple hours. If you don't know how to edit a video, if you don't know how to take a picture, if you don't know how to use your phone, play the piano, read a book, fly a kite, be a wrestling fan, you can go on the internet and you can learn all those things in time, So I love when people know things and like they're curious. It's to me, as I get older.
Oh my God, I hear thunder. It's going to rain. I hear it. Did I just manifest that? Talking about the heat dome?
I heard it.
Yeah.
I just heard it.
Yeah, Roman, I give it 5 seconds before Roman runs in here because he's going to get scared of that one. But no, you're absolutely right. And you know what's funny? If you're smart enough, you'll figure out that if you teach ChatGPT the right way, it will write the freaking script for you, which is what's causing all of this farm content happening on YouTube. That's another conversation I could have to full knowledge. But you don't even have to, like, there he is. Okay, you took 1 second too long, baby. Anyways, but yeah, I think like people, like they don't understand. And it's a matter of having, to me, you said, being curious, like that's a turn off, like ignorance. Yeah. For me, it's like a lack of ambition and hustle.
Yeah,
like I hate that
part of it.
Because in my opinion, it's like, hey, listen, I lost a very, very good paying job, my dream job. I had my dream job, COVID hit, and I lost it. And I saw that I had a platform. I didn't know how to edit a video. I didn't know how to, I don't know anything. But guess what? The information is all out there if you just look for it. And you have to have that determination. And it's like, there's nothing stopping you. Back in the day, you had to go to college for communication and learn all of these things. Right now, you can sit on YouTube, and in 45 minutes, you can at least know basics of editing.
But I started doing my show in 2020 when the pandemic hit. And I did not know how to do anything. I had the ideas in my head. I would have these ideas for like, oh, what I would want a graphic to be, what I would want this to be, whatever. I learned everything, and we've talked about it before, but a lot of people don't know this, but everything that I have, like that I post, whether it's my podcast, my graphics, my logos, my videos, TikToks, I'm the only person on my team. I don't have an editor. I don't have a whatever, a video photographer. I don't have a tweeter. I don't have a whatever.
Yeah.
I learned how to do all of that because of the ambition and the ideas. And I feel like if I'm able to do that, other people, everyone can do that. As long as, like
I
you said,
I
you have
don't
the
make my
ambition.
own stream thumbnails. I have a person that has been assisting me, and it's because he's
That's
like
different though. That's different.
right. But everything that I do, I edit myself. And recently, I even found myself not being as happy with the quality of my content compared to what other people are. So I started taking I've been taking a lesson on social media and also on editing and all that. It's just you can expand your knowledge. You can exactly. You can be better and you can do it on your own. You really can. It's just a matter of how you manage your time. My thing that I lack is time. I wish the day was like 30 hours long instead of 24. I could use a couple of extra hours in the day.
I'm thinking, and we talked about this before we got on camera on live, but how our schedule is kind of like off today, like sleeping schedule. I want to start waking up earlier so I have more time in my day.
Yeah, well, oh my God, you say that. You can ask people that know me for a long time. I always say sleeping is overrated and you can survive on 3 or 4 hours because I'm like, you're wasting perfect good time. Like, no, but I always say that. When people, I'm like, sometimes I'll tell people, I'm like, oh my God, I kind of overslept today. I was telling my nail girl today, I'm like, I overslept. And she's like, well, what time you got up? And I'm like, I got up at 8:30. And she's like, that's too early. And I'm like, not for me. I was like, by 8:30 a.m. I should have been done at the gym. Like, you don't understand. There's a routine here, okay?
By the way,
every minute of my day is accounted for. Oh my God, their Judgment Day colors.
Judgment Day. I loved it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she was like, 8:30 is still early, especially because she knows I work from home on my own, but I'm like, no, I don't think people understand. I don't think people understand that when you're a content creator, I have less time now than I did when I had a normal corporate scheduled job.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. You made 2 hours of extra sleep because of the stupid AC, and my dog was cuddled up to me, and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. 2 hours. And I forgot. I turned the alarm off.
Snooze.
Instead of doing the snooze, no, I stopped it. So
no, you can't do that. You got to hit snooze.
I know, but I kind of did it with my eyes closed, where it was just like, okay, I thought I touched the right thing, but I didn't. And I fall asleep with my Apple Watch because I use the sleeping. Do you ever use the sleep on your health? Oh, you don't use the Apple Watch.
I don't have the Apple Watch. No.
Well, the Apple Watch will tell you, it tracks your sleep. So it tells you when you're awake, when you're asleep, like how deep of a sleep you were in. So I sleep with my Apple Watch, but last night it was dying. So your Apple Watch will vibrate. So it wakes you up, like when you set up the alarm.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? Maybe I needed the 2 hours of sleep. Who knows? But it screwed up my schedule for the whole freaking day. So you say that, I find it funny because I actually think that sleep is a waste of time.
As you get older, you realize like your body needs it. Like you need
the
that.
The older I get, the more that my body needs. Especially now, like I'll be going to the gym, putting the same workout that I used to do like 5 years ago. And now the next day I wake up sore and I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually really feeling my age now.
But here's the life hack. It's not that you need all these hours of sleep. You need a good amount of deep sleep. That's when your body is resting. These little naps and things like that,
they don't do anything.
They don't do anything. You need like a good
amount of deep
sleep.
Make me tired. If I don't nap, if I take a nap, it makes me more tired. Like I feel like, I don't know, it doesn't do much for me. But
I have a hack for you.
Okay, so no lie. My sleep yesterday, 3 hours and 55 minutes. And my average sleep in the last month is 4 hours and 2 minutes per night.
Yeah.
That's it. That's enough. That's enough. That's too long, honestly, but whatever. The Rock functions in that schedule. Have you ever listened to The Rock talk about what time he falls asleep and what time he wakes up? It's
3, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
He's clanging and banging in the gym. Yeah.
Iron Paradise. All right. You know what? We went on a. I thought this is a useful tandem that we went on because you wanted to talk about relationships and we talked about a lot of really useful things. I love it. I think more people need to talk about real life things. Like I know we talk about pop culture and things like that, but I always love how it leads to real life conversations.
Yeah.
They tell you wrestling is fake. Dump the girl, Joey. You can do
that. No. There was no opportunity to dump because she didn't make it past that conversation.
Oh.
I went, she didn't acknowledge her tribal chief. So
she is not invited to taco night.
No. She did not acknowledge the tribal chief. She was the wise man told her to scram.
You know what? And I'll go and we'll get to our last report. I think it's the Britney Spears, but I will say that I've always been an advocate of the stereotype that gets put on wrestling fans. Yeah. I hate when people do the whole, you live in your mom's basement, or wear deodorant, or this and that. Some of the smartest people that I met are wrestling fans. Some of wrestling fans spend money. They're not broke. Yeah. They're traveling to all these freaking events all over the country, to other countries now. They're traveling to other countries. Like, there is such a stereotype put on wrestling fans, and it's like, I'm sorry, that is not how it works. Like, people, I am a big advocate of, I hate when people talk crap about wrestling, especially the thing that drives me crazy, the own IWC. You're a wrestling fan, and you're talking crap about your own kind of people. We should all be united, because guess what? The people outside of our circle already see us as stinky, we live in our mother basements nerds, okay? So now we're going to turn on each other? Like, that is not the way that it should be. And I feel like when they tell you, oh, you know, wrestling's fake, those are the kind of people that have the stereotype put on us. Exactly. And like, a lot of times I met people that don't know about what I do. And when I tell them I'm a huge wrestling fan, they're like, you are? Because they have like this image, and we need to delete that image of their brains and get them to understand. Yes, get them to understand that everybody's into wrestling. I was talking to my best friend who doesn't watch wrestling the other day, and I was talking to her about, I was letting the Rock video, and I was like, I'm sorry, the Rock came back. I got to get this reaction off because it's going to do numbers. And she's like, the Rock, he wrestles? And I'm like, yes, he wrestles. Like, a lot of people don't understand the cool factor. That's why I know people hate it, but Logan Paul, Bad Bunny, the Rock coming back, like these mainstream people getting involved really help us. Yeah.
No, and I'll listen, you talk about not talking crap about it. I'll only talk crap about the content creators that steal from us. That's it.
That's just stupid. Like, be original. You know what I'm saying?
It's the bad people in the community.
By the way, I had to raise my share because when I sat down, I was like, oh my God, this looks like a CM Punk shirt. I do not want that stigma. This is a Victoria's Secret pink t-shirt. Thank you very much. Anyways, I just had to put it out there.
I gotta tell you something about that after we get off live.
Ooh, okay. Anyways, let's talk about Britney and wrap this up. You guys got like 20 minutes of live updates by us.
Sorry, guys. So. We're on the topic. We were talking about Ix, and I just had to throw it out there. She didn't get past that conversation. That was it.
Good.
Wrestling's fake. Chair shot to the head. No, I'm kidding. But she's out. Deleted.
Good.
Last topic for today. Britney Spears is in the news again. This time, almost like it came out very threatening. She says, the enemy is right in front of me. I don't know if you had a chance to read this article, but she's back to her cryptic messages on her Instagram. She's doing some Looney Tune things again, but there was this video that she posted, the egg cracking video. Did you see that? Yeah, she posted. It says, Britney shared a video of a little girl baking something. As two older girls crack eggs on her forehead and then burst into laughter. She said she relates to the video on a dark level. She says, similar things have been done to me, so I look at this with different eyes. Most of my inner conflict with people is knowing the enemy is right in front of me, but I kept them because I love them. I'm extremely sensitive to anybody laughing at someone or bullying in any way. She then said, there's so much I've kept private, and that's gone on with me personally. Maybe one day she kind of just went on a rant from that something in that video triggered her. And now she completely turned it into something else. And then it became promotion for her book, where she's almost threatening, like, I'm going to be putting my family on blast.
As she should.
I don't necessarily agree with that video. That video isn't like a bullying video.
Right.
She kind of turned that into like she twisted.
She made it a lot darker than what the video actually is. I do agree with this. Do I think that Britney should come out and put the people that kind of screw her for so many years on blast? Yes. Yeah. I mean, like, it's no secret that like the majority of the conservatorship was ran by her dad. It's also no secret that her mom and her sister, I don't know how deep it got, but they also sat back and didn't do anything. Her brother, she has a brother as well. Yeah. So, like, I would love to hear it. At the same time, this is going to be a story that we said this many times, but we're never going to hear the full version. There's going to be her family's version. There's going to be the Britney's version, and there's going to be the truth. There was a period of time, and Baby Ice just brought up when she shaved her head, where Britney looked to be in a down path. Like it was bad, right? I remember the visuals of them taking her in the ambulance where she locked herself in the bathroom with her baby. Like things were getting really weird with her. And after that, they requested the conservatorship. She seemed to be doing good. She released Circus. She did the Vegas residency. Like Britney seemed to be normal and doing good. Then I don't know what happened, right? If you saw her later shows, she wasn't the Britney that you will see like back on the beginning, but she wasn't that bad either. So I don't know that the conservatorship was always bad. And I feel like at some time people started realizing, well, we have all this power over her. What more can we get away with?
Yeah.
And I don't know, because I also think that when they were keeping her busy, she wasn't doing this, like you said, Looney Tunes thing. So maybe keeping her busy, to her it might have seemed unfair, but maybe it was her family's way of trying to keep her distracted. I think, I don't know. I feel everybody deal with their mental health issues differently. I'm the kind of person that I need to stay busy. If I'm not busy, it gets to me really bad. Yep. So maybe they felt that is what was helping her. And then when she stopped doing the residency and everything stopped, that's when she went back into the hospital and they had her in lithium and they had her in all this medication. So I don't know. But I will say I'll read the book, but whatever Britney is saying, I will take it with a grain of salt. And because I don't know that we'll ever get the full story. But it is known that her family was the people behind her being in this conservatorship for so long.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like if you were, like, she was obviously at a young age pushed into the career that she's in, right? Maybe there was times there, of course there were times she didn't want to do it anymore. She didn't want to do this, that, whatever it was. Obviously her family pushed her to do this, to stay in it, took power over her. So of course, regardless of what happens, they're going to be the bad ones. If they did something good, if they did something bad.
Right.
I definitely think that it comes down to them not really taking her feelings into account and kind of like, this is where we're at. But
we don't know what's wrong with her and if her feelings can be taken into account. There was one of the doctor's notes back during the Free Britney movement, when a lot of these records were being made public. And I don't know if you saw this, and it's really sad, but there was like signs of, what is that illness where people like forget?
Dementia or Alzheimer's?
Dementia. She was showing signs of dementia at 30-something years old. And it's just like, this could be we don't know how deep it is or we don't know how serious it is, but this could be a person that could say all these things today and tomorrow might have forgotten about everything that happened yesterday. Yeah. And I know because you don't think, because Britney's young, you don't think that she could, but she could. And it was in the doctor's record. They just never been paperwork put out that says this is what Britney has been diagnosed with. And there's a lot of things that maybe taking her opinion into consideration is not an option. We don't know what all is wrong with her, but there are mental illnesses that would handicap a person from really making these kind of decisions on their own.
Yeah, I agree. This is always a topic that we put a pin in because there's always new developments, and with the book coming out, I believe it's October, right?
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
I'm sure there'll be more headlines and more things for us to cover. So if you guys do listen a lot, I know there's people that come to our show to listen to what we say about Britney. So because we've talked so much about her. Stay tuned.
She's always in the news. There's seem to be like Kardashians, Britney. There's some people that we celebrated our anniversary last week.
Yeah.
There's some people that have been main event players in this show the entire year. They just seem to stay in the news somehow. Britney's one of them. We'll come back to this. She'll make the news, especially with the book coming out soon. Yeah, exactly. She'll make the news again soon. Guarantee you we'll probably have an episode just breaking down things that were revealed in the book.
Yeah. But,
I'm reading it. I know I'm reading it.
Even the Kardashians, we really haven't spoken about them. And I know that we will because the new season of their show is coming out soon. So I'm sure there'll be drama.
Kendall and Bad Bunny are being super cute all over New York right now.
There's already reports out saying that Courtney claims that she's not good with Kim and she's the devil and all this stuff. So
because Kim stole her wedding idea. Or I don't even know. Their drama is talk about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is the no struggle drama. The Kardashians is the I have too much money drama.
Yeah. But again, I'm sure we'll cover this when it comes out.
We will.
Because There's no better duo on the internet than us, right?
Duh.
No. It is what it is. But anything we always end the show talking about any new shows. I personally haven't watched anything.
I haven't either.
No.
I haven't either. I haven't gotten into my normal weeklies. You know, the challenge, Big Brother, Survivor's coming back, reality TV. I need to start a show where I talk about reality TV. So, but reality TV is what I watch.
Yeah. No, it's even for news, it was a little slow of a week.
It was a slow week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's just a slingshot back for something that's coming. So whatever it is, you know, your favorite team at TLR will be covering it.
Hell yeah. Apparently what's coming is a storm. It's still thundering outside.
Wow.
Check my weather app and see. Oh, yeah. Isolated thunderstorms. It looks like it's going to rain. Watch me not be able to stream tonight because they take the power away. Puerto Rico problems.
If Issa is able to have power later, hopefully she does. Everybody from here, you can go check out her stream on her channel. You could see her handle there for, I believe is that all your social media?
NYC Demon Diva is like everywhere except for X because my original NYC Demon Diva got taken away. I've been fighting it for over 2 years now, but at this point, the new one has more followers than I had on the other one, so it's like, why bother? Yeah. But I just like, obviously for branding purposes, I always like to have the same handle. But if you just look up NYC Demon, it always pops up anyway. So I just say NYC Demon Diva.
Well, look out for more info later on for her stream. She'll be doing an NXT stream as she always does. Always the best watch parties. I'm in the chat all the time, hanging out with the great people in her chat, and also the Demon Diva herself, the queen of divas, Issa.
Amen.
But I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. You can get all the information you need for Know Your News, for TLR. You can see our handles there as well if you want to follow us on social media. And if you just hit that subscribe button, stay up to date with Know Your News. So many other podcasts and shows on here. Jimmy Van did a great job picking all these great people to put on some fun content for you guys. So
we're the best show, but they're all right though.
Yeah, they're all right. We're the best. That's how it is. End of story. We'll have to do some sort of competition with the other hosts, like a team event.
Yeah, we should.
Right? Like a game show or something.
That would be fun.
Where we do like a Know Your News tournament.
That would be amazing, actually.
Right? But we'll have to talk to Jimmy about it. But Issa, always a pleasure to sit here and talk with you. Everything pop culture. Even outside pop culture, apparently. So
yeah, we talk about everything. Apparently now we're relationship and life experts.
Yeah, we are. We're perfect. That's what it is.
Yes, we are. Sure, Joey. Sure. Sign us off with that. That's it.
I love it. See, I love how we can have this, like, we're not serious. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
I'm never. I always tell people, I'm like, did you, like, sometimes I'll say something and I realize that somebody replies or leave a comment. Yeah. And my original instinct is like, wait, did you take me seriously? Like, you must be new here.
You don't go here.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, getting engaged in the chat as always, and just being a part of the show. Issa, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
TLR, we'll see you next week on Tuesday. And for now, we'll see you later.